Hello, welcome back to my channel. It's Sam from the Soul of Stella with another pick a card reading here for you today. And this one, look, I don't mean for it to be scary, okay? I'm really coming at it from a place of the more you know, the more you know. And then you can make informed decisions about what to do next. But it comes with a big disclaimer of please only take what resonates. Don't try and take things and make them fit, especially in a situation where we are talking about what secrets are they keeping. Okay, so I really want you to focus on the person that you are inquiring about. Perhaps it's someone that you have had your suspicions about and you're like, okay, I know something's up. My intuition is tingling, my spidey senses are tingling, and I need to kind of just clarify, or I'd like to dive into the possibilities of what secrets they might be keeping, okay? So please understand that time is fluid, so it might be happening now or into the future, and that everyone has free will, so we cannot control other people. And you can absolutely take this as like a heads up, and then, like I said, act on it in a way that is best for you and without doing harm, okay, to anyone, okay? We learn this kind of stuff through tarot so that we can move forward in a healthier manner for ourselves, and hopefully that inspires others to do the same as well, okay? So we're going to get into who, what, why, and then some advice and some dice, okay? I've already got heaps of cards already pulled, and we're using sunnies. So we've got the beige sunny pile is number 1. The blue sunglasses is pile number 2, and the pink sunglasses is pile number 3. Tune into your intuition. Like I said, think about the person, and then when you have decided on your pile, jump down to the description box, click on the timestamp, and I will see you in your reading. Hello, pile 1. You chose the beige sunglasses, and this is your reading. I chose these because, you know, sometimes when someone's got their sunnies on and you kind of can't see where they're looking, it's like, I'm onto you, you know, I'm a little confused by you there, but I'm onto you. I want to know what you know. So I've got a bunch of cards here, and this is the reading all about what secrets are they keeping. So in case you missed the intro, I really want you to focus on a person before you pick your pile, okay? And obviously, this is only for your best and highest good. This is not intended to do any harm or to cause you any distress. So please watch at your own discretion, of course. So let's get into it. We've got Poet as the archetype kind of card. So this expresses soul insights in symbolic language. Okay, there's kind of like a Whoopi Goldberg character on here with 2 doves. So look, it's giving me romance vibes straight off the bat, but it's almost like a soul song as well. It feels romantic, but this might also be someone who is talking in flowers, like in flowery language, okay? Someone who maybe isn't been as straightforward as the type of people you've dealt with before, or they're suddenly very charming. If this is someone you've been dealing with for a while and you're like, what's up? Why is this person having all of these... I feel like it's quite layered too. All of these layered poetic terms thrown my way, okay? And look, they may have just realized what your love language is. If you are someone who identifies as having a love language of words of affirmation, this person that you're thinking about really could be someone who is tapping into that and really trying to make an effort with that, okay? Otherwise, I'm getting a sense that they're quite daydreamy, and they need to kind of wow, I wasn't going to say drain. I was going to say ground themselves. They might actually be draining you because you're trying to figure it out. You know, you're trying to take this symbolic language and ground it yourself, and you're like, can you just speak plainly so I can really understand you, okay? We've also got Virgo and the Alchemist, okay? So look, this does feel like someone who's quite methodical, but also someone who is out to please. I do want to say that. And they're trying to do the right thing. that's the sense that I get from the alchemist. They're trying to turn something that was potentially rough and raw into something with more of a shiny edge to it. They're trying to make the best of a bad situation. I also feel this person is pure of heart. They possibly are someone who delves into the spiritual realm, possibly in terms of like green witch kind of behavior, little rituals and things like that. But look, they come across as someone who means well. I have to say that. And it's interesting that this card is quite of a grounding, earthy energy with this Virgo energy as well. And the people actually on both of these cards are quite similar. Interesting. Look, it gives me the feeling of someone who's got a higher purpose, really. They feel like someone who wants to have freedom of language, freedom of speech, and possibly wants to free up. There's a sense of like freeing up heart space. So they're trying to lighten something up a little bit, okay? They're trying to make something a little bit less dense, okay? And they're wanting to, alchemize pain, I feel, or alchemize or turn something that was hard into something that is beautiful, okay? Because, I mean, the whole starving artist thing kind of resonates with the poet, where, you know, they can be tortured souls, and in order for them to best move through what they're going through, they write it down and they speak it into being, and that kind of is very cathartic for that person. To be understood. This person really wants to be understood. We've got bag, something important such as a new job or raise. Okay, get the bag. Okay, desk, pay attention to your work. So 2 very work-related cards. And ring, a marriage will take place, either romantic or business. Again, with the work realm stuff. Okay. We've got the 5 of Swords, but it was actually in reverse, so I'm going to keep it like that. Yeah, this is that energy of trying to right a wrong, okay? Trying to find peace after trouble, okay? Trying to make amends, reconciliation too. So maybe it's someone coming back around, and it could be in the Mercury retrograde that is happening soon. And so they're writing you a poet, they're writing you a sonnet, I just heard, to express how they actually feel, because, and they're putting pen to paper, right? With this quill and this desk, it feels like they've spent some time on this, and it feels like they've studied you, or they've studied the situation. There's a sense of like they've learnt from this kind of situation. And I do see them as like almost referring to you as the bag. You know, get the bag is like I want to get my person. I want to get pile 1 back. Okay, there's a sense of like, I'm not sure what's inside the bag. Okay, it feels like a surprise. And this person isn't sure how you're going to react. But I do think they're going to give it their best shot anyway. And they are wanting to come through with that really romantic energy. Yeah, I think they've really had some remorse and possible late nights of thinking about this. And that this might not be the first poem they've kind of penned about the situation that has happened in the past. I think they're quite nervous about this situation too. You've got the Knight of Swords. Okay, so this is someone who might have written like a flurry of poetry, and they've been hesitating and like I said, quite nervous to come forward, but all of a sudden inspiration strikes and they're out to communicate, right? They're coming forward towards you. They want to be successful. They're actually getting really impatient by, you know, what can I open up this? Can I see what's in here? You know, is it going to be a win or a lose, you know, or is it going to be a lose or a lesson, you know? But again, with the perfectionist energy, with the alchemist and the Knight of Swords here, just someone who's like, right, I'm ready. I'm going 3, 2, 1, go, you know? We've got Judgment in reverse. So this does feel like that kind of, I think that this poetry that they're coming forward with, or this message, right? It can literally be a message, but I think it's going to be quite substantial. I think it's coming forward from a place of they've really studied where they went wrong. Okay, they've really studied where they were at fault and what pain they potentially had. I'm just actually now getting the feeling that this person had a lot of lessons to learn. And look, there may have been some alcohol involved. Again, with the tortured artist kind of feeling, and also with the alchemist energy where they're like, look, I had a ritual of, you know, going to the pub every afternoon instead of coming home to you, and it would just get out of hand. And now I've studied my behavior. I realize that I actually need to raise my standards, because I had something so good here, and I don't want to miss my chance. Okay, I don't want to fall back into the argumentative state that we were in, and so I'm sick of I'm sick of myself. I've become more assertive about what I want, and although I have a sense of self-loathing, right, and also a sense of this was against my better judgment, you know, this behavior was against my better judgment. I knew what I was doing at the time. This is what that person is really trying to say. I knew what I was doing, and I resisted. I resisted you. I resisted the love. I resisted change. I resisted help from the universe, help from friends. Yeah, that's very interesting energy there. We've also got the Three of Wands in reverse, okay? So that this has been a long time coming, I feel, and it's had... Look, I do get a sense that even though this person may have paid attention to what they were doing, and look, it could have been work, that they were actually so engrossed in business and work that they forgot to be romantic, and potentially the romantic person that you knew them as before. It's really set a sense of like, what's the word? It's set back this relationship, okay? And yeah, okay, the computer's like, yes. It's put this relationship on a sense of pause, okay? Because normally the Three of Wands is about making plans to move forward, you know, waiting for your ship to come in. And when it's in reverse, it's really delays in things coming in. And so I do get a sense that this person stalled and stalled and stalled, and they had every chance to set this right, and they actually didn't do it at the time. They're actually quite hard on themselves about this, and I think they're wanting to confess, okay? That's the secret here. What would they say? You don't know how hard it was to let you go, okay? Oof. I remember every detail of that day. Look, I have a feeling that this person actually watched you walk away, because you had had enough. But look, take it, swap it if it resonates in another direction. I really think they're reminiscing on a day that was better, and on the day that someone walked away. And I just heard, what's that song? On the day you went away. Yeah. Oof. That's sad. This person has really been distracted. You know, now their work is distracted because they don't have the connection that they once had with you. Okay, what else would they say? I'm so attracted to how you carry yourself. Okay, so they actually really respect the fact that you asserted yourself, you protected your energy, and you took yourself out of the equation. Okay, and I do feel like you did that in a way that was, instead of you guys having the same old argument, because if the Five of Wands was upright, it's like petty arguments, like competition between people, just things that shouldn't even be an issue, okay? It's like a little bit of intimidation. And I think instead of playing into that same loop that potentially you guys were on, I feel that you walked away with a sense of grace, with a sense of peace, with your head held high, and it felt very final, especially to this person. And this is why they've just gone, like, come to a screeching halt in whatever else they were doing, and they've focused on this, and then they've gone, right, I need to set this right. I need to set this right. So they're very attracted to the fact that you had poise instead of coming down to their level like usual, is what I just heard, like usual. And you actually used your best judgment and did the setback. You made the setback. You made the distance. You made the obstacle more obvious, and you made the obstacle their problem, which it really was, like, according to this reading, it really was. You were frustrated. It was an unexpected delay, possibly towards a marriage or towards plans that you had in the future, okay? It was just setting you back, setting you back, setting you back. And this person is just like, whoa, okay, pile number one, the way you just did that is so hot. It's so attractive to me. Okay, I fill up my stories so you won't ask questions I have to lie about. Okay, this is an interesting one. So I think that this is the kind of, you know, when someone do protest too much, or does protest too much. I don't know how to say all the ends, but someone who says too much to the point where you're like, you're lying. I can tell you are lying because you've filled your story up with this detail and that detail. And normally you'd just be like, yeah, I was here. Yeah, I'm home now. You know, and I feel like they're like, oh yeah, and then I did this and I did that. And actually, I get the feeling that if you confronted them about some of these stories, these porky pies, right? I think that they actually found it hard to maintain the lie. They would start changing details, you know, and that's hard when you hear someone say that kind of stuff and you're kind of asking a question that you already know the answer to. That's a really hard thing to hear. You know, you're kind of like, okay, I thought that such and such did that. It was you? Oh, right. And it's literally only a couple of hours since you asked about something, and the story has changed. So that's a difficult one for you to hear. I can completely understand how that feels. But look, this person is really, I really feel like if it, look, maybe I should pull another card. I want to know the outcome for this. I want to know if they're actually coming through with an apology. Okay. Look, I think something in the bag can also be a gift. And they might even be so bold as to come through with a ring and a proposal. So I think in the poem, it's an apology. And I think with the Five of Swords, they want to make things right. So it is an apology. But I just want to see what could be the possible outcome for this situation for pile number one, please. Spirit, what could be the possible outcome for this situation? What did I see? Was it the Three of Cups? Yeah, look, that can talk about celebration. Okay, so it could be a proposal. It can talk about also possibly ending in a drink. Again, that is something that comes up, but it could be that way if it was something toxic. So I do feel like this is a celebration, a cheers to something, okay? So I'm just going to leave that as the possible outcome. I don't want to get too into it because I do want to keep this a little bit open for, you know, it's still a collective reading, and I want you to use your best judgment like you did before, okay? So it's completely up to you what you do with this. But what advice do you have, Spirit, for pile number one regarding this situation and the person who is keeping secrets from them? Okay, individuality and right now. Every person has their own personalized study plan in this Earth School. I feel like you're really compassionate and you're really understanding this from seeing this person's humanity and knowing, look, this was a mistake. That person is learning at their own pace. And perhaps there was a sense of codependency on your part that you've addressed, and you're like, look, this time apart has really allowed me to step into my own individuality and independence. And, you know, I'm actually okay. I get a sense that you're going to be okay no matter what. You're going to be okay whether you stay away or whether you come back together and have something to celebrate with this person. But I do get the sense that you're also seeing this from a very heart-centered space and looking at this person's humanity and being like, look, that's your journey and that's okay. There's a sense of non-judgment as well. Right now, stay in the present and don't get too far ahead of the flow. You'll soon trust that nothing more will come than can be handled in each moment. Okay, so stay present. Try not to backtrack into arguments and try not to move too far forward that you actually stress yourself out about what if. okay? I think you need to hear this person out. But you don't have to if you don't want to, okay? But there's a sense of if you stay in the right now, and there's a sense of also staying in your body, okay? Not getting in your head, not getting too like rose-colored glasses, okay? Not getting too ruby-eyed about things. It's really about just, and maybe ground yourself a little bit before you head into this. Although I do feel like this might be a surprise message, a surprise phone call, a surprise, you know, actual letter arriving. But this conversation that follows, and possibly like a proposal that follows, make sure you stay in your body so that you can gauge, well, how does this feel for me? Okay, putting fear aside, putting ego aside, coming from your heart space and doing what is best for you. How do I feel right now? Okay, that's what's important here. I just want to get some story dice to finish for you, pile number 1. Anything else we need to know about the person who is keeping secrets, and this secret in particular, from pile number 1? Wow. Yeah, I feel like you were like, I gotta bounce, peace out. And you just left this person to it. And I think that was the best idea that you had, okay, with the light bulb there. I think it was a divinely guided and divinely timed idea, even though it felt like you were a little bit blinded to a few things, or you had potentially been turning a blind eye for long enough. You rebelled and you were like, nah, see ya, I'm out. But there is a sense of like, your memories are still kind of held, especially the bad ones. They're kind of held in a space inside you. So just be careful that they don't kind of eat you alive. There's a sense of 5 of Pentacles about this snowflake that looks like a book. It's like, it feels like you could potentially be left out in the cold. And look, I think you did the bounce thing, like peace out thing, because you didn't want to be in the energy of loss and poverty in terms of love or affection or something like that. And look, I think that this, like I said, feels divinely timed. I think you really made a spiritual decision for your best and highest good. And what this is also saying is that anything can actually happen here. There's limitless potential with this situation right now, okay? With the angry face in reverse here, I feel like you're done honing in on the things that went wrong. And I think this person is as well. And so it's almost like a sense of, can we close the book that has all the bad memories in it, please? And can we pull a rabbit out of the hat and zoom out so we can see the bigger picture here? We want to move forward in a better direction. Children might also be involved in this connection. I want to move forward and I want to celebrate with you. I want to sing in the shower with you. I want to sing while we make our breakfast together. Like, you know, I want to sing it from the rooftops about how much I love you. There's a sense of, let's just get back to a really happy place. But again, it comes through as a sense of this person doing some kind of artistry, some type of wordsmithery to get you to pay attention to what they have to say, okay? Yeah, I think that this might end in a few cuddles. There's quite a soft, tender, innocent teddy bear kind of love here. And so that really could be the secret. The secret could be, oh, I've just really been trying to like examine myself, okay, take a good hard look at myself and transform this situation into something that was difficult and tense and, like I said, raw. And it felt like a raw nerve, it felt like a sharp edge, and this person's really tried to make it something soft and beautiful and package it up and actually come forward with more of a promise to do better, okay? And that's that teddy bear kind of energy. There's a promise to do better and a well-meaning person here, okay? A well-meaning person. So I hope that helps. Please let me know in the comments below how it resonates. Please look after yourself, pile number 1. I think you're doing a really, really good job of that. You might really want to do some meditation though, okay? Do some meditation, sit your butt on the grass, just take a sec for yourself. And remember who you are without this person as well. If there was that sense of unhealthy attachment on your part, especially when you come back into contact with this person, remember to keep your sense of individuality, and that might make for a more harmonious kind of relationship here. I love you guys. Thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Pile number 2, welcome to your reading. You chose the blue sunglasses. I chose sunglasses because when we're talking about who is keeping secrets from you, or what secrets are they keeping from you more specifically, I just wanted to kind of use the sunnies as like when someone's got their sunnies on and they're kind of looking around and you're not sure what direction they're looking in, but you're like, I'm clocking you. I know what's up here. But in this case, we want to reveal what secrets are they keeping, like what is really going on here. If you missed my intro, I really want you to go back there and choose your pile based on the person that you have on your mind that you maybe are suspicious about. And look, it's not to cause any more stress or to send you kind of down a rabbit hole of worry or anything like that. I really just want to give you some clarity. And of course, like all tarot readings, please only take what resonates. We're going to get into who, define them a little bit, why, what they're doing, and some advice and some dice as well. I've got a bunch of cards here, so let's get into it. We've got storyteller, okay? The ability to experience and express life through stories and symbols. There's music on this card. There's someone who's reading from a book, reading aloud. This also feels like someone with a bit of wisdom, okay? Like with a bit of life experience. Feels like someone who's had plenty of experiences and fun things and exciting things, or has been through a lot, okay? And then there's someone in your life who is often a storyteller. Someone in your life who, sometimes they may embellish the truth, okay? For the sake of a good story. And so that could actually have you on the edge with this situation with this person where you're actually like, look, I know they're a good storyteller, but I'm suspicious about this thing that they're actually like telling me or not telling me, or their behavior in this situation. Is this a case of them embellishing the story, or is this a case of I'm overthinking things? I think that's something at play here. But I get a light-hearted energy from this person just with that card. So let's get into it and see a little bit more. Okay, we've got Uranus and Revolution. All right, this is someone who does feel like they're out for a greater good, but they feel like they're someone who also will go to quite some lengths to actually create change. There's someone who uses their voice and head quite a lot, so they could be an air sign. Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. Someone with really original thoughts and a lot of insight and like that wisdom. They may know a lot about, they may know a little about a lot, okay? So a jack of all trades kind of person, and they've worked in this place, in this country, and they cherry-picked here, and they, rode a toboggan down here, and they're a surprising person. Like you're almost like you never know what you're going to get. And I think they really thrive on experiences, and they thrive on diversity, and they're the kind of person that kind of lives on the edge, okay? And so it can unnerve a couple of people. People like that can unnerve people who really like to be grounded, and people who possibly get frightened by the elaborate, and possibly people who, look, if this person's an air sign, you might resonate as an earth sign. That's kind of what I'm getting. It's like you're practical and grounded and thorough, and this person is a little bit haphazard and a little bit all over the shop. And they love that, but to you, that's like your worst nightmare. You know, it's like, oh, that feels dangerous. Shouldn't you plan this? It's that kind of energy. You might even be a Virgo. I'm just getting like this energy of two quite different people. And looking at how the lightning is kind of striking the fly down. They may be short-tempered, because when you get flies, and especially in Australia when it's really hot, you get kind of sticky flies. They'll land and they'll stay there. As much as you like shoo them away, they'll just stay there, and it's the worst. It is the worst. And I think this person would be like, bam, and smack the fly down. There's something a little bit disruptive about this person in good ways. I do get the sense that they're lighthearted and jovial. But it doesn't mean this person doesn't have feelings. That's kind of what I'm getting. I've also got North Node and Destiny. And this is like, it always gives me Sagittarius energy. It always gives me the star energy, which is Aquarius energy. So interesting that I said air signs, but it's someone who potentially has traveled a lot. Okay. Like I said, but also someone who has climbed a lot of mountains, you know, read a lot of maps, has figured things out the hard way. So they do have some merit. Okay. They don't just, talk all talk. They've actually walked the walk as well. And they do come from a sense of integrity. And I think they hold themselves to that sense of integrity. They hold themselves to a sense of, this was my maturation process or my maturation journey. I had to do this so that I could feel like I lived enough to become or be who I am now. Okay. This person really followed their heart, followed their destiny. They didn't just go to school, get a good job, like marry, have babies, get a house with a white picket fence. They didn't just fulfill the norm. I feel like this person really like followed their soul calling here. Okay. And this could have something to do with a plan or a lack of a plan that they had, that they may be lying to you about, or that there's secrets being kept about. And it may be for your best and highest good, according to this person's opinion. Let's get some more. So haystack, karma, you will reap what you have sown. Okay. Haystack. Like I said, this person may have like worked on farms. There's interesting like little correlations here. Broken wishbone, wish will not be granted. Okay. They may have promised to come visit, but plans may have fallen through and they actually don't know how to tell you, or they're trying to figure out a way to find another way around this situation. That's kind of what I'm getting. Younger man, dealings or relationship with a younger man. Yeah, I feel like they're, even if they're not younger than you, I feel like they're young at heart. There's very much a sense of that. They're young at heart, and therefore, as much as they think they've lived their life to mature, I think there's still things that they have not, they're just not practical like potentially you are. And so if you're trying to say, look, oh, okay, are you done traveling? Are you going to like come and sow something with me? You know, and you may have sown seeds with this person that was along the lines of, hey, we should kind of settle things down a little bit now. You know, we should come together and find a grounding, find somewhere to land. It's either that or it's about plans to go away. So it's about plans to create a home or plans to go away or to meet somewhere away. And I think this person is just not entirely sure how to make that happen. And that actually feels sad for you. I feel sad for you about this. This is a wish that isn't going to go according to your plan. And I actually think with this karma energy, there was a sense of deja vu here. I actually think that maybe this isn't the first time this person has overpromised and underdelivered, okay? Yeah, we've got the 5 of Cups, the Moon in reverse, the 3 of Pentacles in reverse, and the 4 of Wands in reverse. Okay, all of this really speaks to the fact that this person is not collaborating in the way that they potentially promised that they would. And that it's coming to the surface actually quite soon. That it's almost like it's like a huge beacon, right? And this is a beacon. This like burst here in the middle of this card. This is literally saying like, yeah, it's so obvious. Like you can't even keep this a secret anymore. I know exactly what's going on here. And that's what I was picking up with that karma energy. It just feels like you knew. Like this feels like a deja vu. And look, you're disappointed. And I think that you're also disappointed in yourself. This card, this particular art depiction of the 5 of Cups always makes me think that you played a part in this because I feel like you allowed this to happen again. Or that's what you're saying to yourself. She's actually kicking that cup over into the well herself. But there's always hope with the 5 of Cups because you've got 3 cups, even though they look empty, they're still upright. They can catch the rain. They can catch your tears. You can fill them up again, right? And you've also got this one giant cup over here that is full. And it looks like it's full of gold and treasure, okay? So there's still emotional... There's still like emotions in the bank is what I feel. There's still emotions in the bank. And that does give me a sense of like, look, you could forgive this person. And you're almost like, yeah, I should have known. But you've also got to forgive yourself here. This person doesn't want to collaborate. They can't collaborate. Whatever it is, I don't want to. I can't make it happen. You know, maybe it involved another person and they're just like, oh yeah, I never rang that person. So I never like followed through with that. It's a sense of like weaving as well. Dipping and weaving is what I'm getting. Dipping and weaving. They really dodged something. And I think they dodged the responsibility. Okay. And I think they're trying to justify this situation by saying that, you know, and they're trying to use flourished. They're trying to fill up their story, right, with a sense of what they had to do so that they could mature. It's almost like whatever didn't happen here or whatever is being revealed that isn't going to actually work out, this person isn't focused on that. They're focused on the fact that they actually, I did it because I need to do this and this and this, which is going to help me mature and move forward in this and this and this way. So they're not even focused on the actual problem at hand. They're actually projecting and saying and justifying it because I had this to do and I had that to do and you should be so proud of me because, you know, it's that kind of naivety in this person. But there's a sense of they think they're maturing or they're professing that they're maturing through this situation. But the way they act isn't matching up, okay? We're back, pile number 2. The battery actually ran out. And I take everything as not being a coincidence that happens in readings. As you may have noticed, I always refer to the very loud dings sometimes that come from the computer. And just other things that happen when the phone rings. It's very pertinent to the reading, I feel. So it's interesting because I feel like your battery is wearing thin when it comes to the energy that you've got to keep giving to this person or this situation. Because if someone's not playing their role, if someone, like say this person is the person at the top and like your job is literally to stand there and hold this tapestry as we weave all the pentacles into this, okay? And that's what you're saying to that person, to this person. And you're like, it's the easiest job. You know, it was like you had one job, you know, it's that kind of energy where you're just like, I'm really starting to get frustrated because this could also mean that it's affecting your finances. It could also mean that you don't get a refund on a ticket. It could also mean that now you're in for the entire loan, the entire mortgage, the entire down payment, you know, that kind of energy, especially when you've got the 4 of Wands next to it. It's like this was a pretty big commitment that this person skipped out on just so casually, as if it's kind of no big deal. Or as if it's just like some kind of adventure that they went on. So the 4 of Wands often talks about, like it's 11:11, it's synchronistic. And I feel like this all lined up for this person to do exactly what they said they would do. To do the thing perhaps you asked them to do. Or to do the thing that you both agreed, because this is like an agreement, a union, to do together. And I think this person really just ignored the synchronicities, ignored the perfect timing, and actually like revolutionized it. You know, they really took this to to the dangerous edge. And it's almost like you're starting to think, well, if I'm taking things to the edge with you, and even when things are this easy for you, even when I'm making things this easy for you and the universe is backing you and you still won't make it happen, then I'm kind of getting frustrated by the situation, okay? And this moon in reverse is also talking about something that, you know, it's not even deep down, you know it. It's like right here, I know it. I know it on my chest, you know? It's heavy on my shoulders, that kind of feeling. And I think this is like, this person would rather, right? See how this is like a festival? It's like a holiday. It's like Burning Man. You know, it's like Coachella. This person would rather like have a good time than settle down. Would rather stay on their path and follow their true north than actually come together. There's a sense of commitment. There's a sense of marriage. There's a sense of promise. There's a sense of moving in together, okay? That just isn't being addressed by this person. And they feel quite flippant about it. They feel quite nonchalant about it. And in fact, they're just telling you this big porky pie. They're telling you some other adventure story like this doesn't even matter. And it's starting to really wear thin, and it's starting to become quite disappointing. We will be together again, okay? So if they've gone off on another adventure, they're quite confident that all of this is going to work out because they just have this very happy-go-lucky sense of nature to them. And I think that is their nature. Like I kept saying, like it feels like a good time person. And it does feel like they are thinking or trying or believing that they're maturing in their own way. And with little things, and perhaps it's just the things that you're wanting, or, you know, I feel like it's really a sense of they overpromised and underdelivered here. And that's starting to feel very young. It's starting to feel flaky, okay? You can always come to me and talk about anything, okay? So yeah, they're really saying like, come and talk to me about how you feel. But look, I'm just getting like a little bit of a sense of like, it feels a little condescending. It feels a little, again, flippant of your emotions and feelings in regards to what's actually important here. They're like, look, come and talk to me about whatever it is that you're going through. And you're like, what I'm going through? Hey, storyteller, I'm going through this, like, we had a plan and now I'm doing it alone because you actually didn't follow through. You didn't actually, you took another journey. You didn't actually set a purpose, right? This destiny is like making a purpose. You didn't actually follow through. And this person's kind of like, look, whatever's bothering you. And you're like, no, can't you see? And that sounds condescending, you know, because you're like, isn't it obvious? You know, it's that kind of feeling. I know you know I'm lying. Wow. But you're just letting me get away with it. Okay? Yeah. Yikes. There's that sense of disappointment in yourself for allowing this to happen. Look, I think this is how it's coming across in my body, okay? I feel like you maybe once were this type of person as well. You perhaps have lived quite a travel-filled, adventure-filled, or you've dreamt of that kind of life, okay? One or the other. It's in you somewhere. But it's almost like, well, now's the time for me to put down roots, okay? It doesn't mean you're settling down and never going to go on adventures again. But this person is scared. And if it's a sense of you have this desire also to travel and adventure, it's almost like there's an unspoken thing of where you're like, well, let's set down some roots first so we've got something to come back to, okay? It's just different strokes for different folks. You're like on the same page, but one's at the top of the page and one's at the bottom, and you can't read backwards. You know, it's like there's just not going to be, yeah, it's I feel like you feel like this person was a needle in a haystack to find the kind of person that has this kind of attitude. They may tick so many boxes for you. But I also feel like this may be a karmic relationship. Maybe. Please only take that how it resonates, okay? Because if this person is saying, look, I know you know I'm lying, but I'm going to do this anyway. But I'm going to, like, keep testing your patience. And I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing. I'm going to keep putting myself first and my journey first. Then this person really doesn't have the same moral compass, I guess. They don't have the same intentions. And there's a sense of, like, this needs kind of to be set free. This person may never be grounded. That's completely up to you where you take that. Let's get some... Actually, I want to get a... what could be the possible outcome for this situation for pile number 2. What would be the possible outcome of this situation and the secret that is being kept here by pile number 2's person about where they've been or not been and why they didn't follow through with the thing that they said they would follow through with. Okay. I think this is a case. I want to see what's on the bottom of the deck though. King of Wands. Okay, so I really feel like there's a lot of passion between the two of you, but there is a strong sense of adventure, okay? A strong sense of adventure and a strong sense of someone that's like, well, I'm going to get my way. And you've got two characters here who aren't looking at each other, right? They're just not going to see eye to eye. And potentially you are relating as the one who's got some choice words to share with pile number 2, like with your person, pile number 2. And they've got some choice actions that they're going to take. Okay, so it feels like, look, I'm going to go in this direction and you're going to go in that direction. And it feels a bit like a standoff, you know, but you've got the 2 of Cups in between the both of them. So if I put them down and I'm looking at it this way, this can go one of 2 ways. You can actually say to each other, but this is worth fighting for. And I can communicate with you. I can come from a place of channeling my passions into you. If you can come from a place of seeing things from my side and hearing me out, okay? Because the Queen of Swords is someone who is analytical. And in her head and in her mental capacity, and the King of Wands is someone who is in their action and their passion and their movement energy, in their it is a spontaneous person, okay? So the 2 of Cups being between that is like, look, this could be a karmic relationship because there is love here, but we're 2 very different people, okay? It could be, and not all karma is bad karma, I have to say. And so not all karmic relationships are bad relationships. It just reveals to you that 2 people are 2 different, okay? But the 2 of Cups does talk about there's equal give and take. There's equal emotions being shared, okay? There's a receiving energy. There's a reciprocated energy of love between 2 people. So it's completely up to you, pile number 2, how you turn this outcome around. Are you going to face in the opposite direction to each other, even though you acknowledge that there's love there, okay? Because the 2 of Cups has also got a lighthouse in the background. And that does give me the sense of someone is going to find their guiding light and someone is going to stand their ground. Someone's going to be the ship and someone's going to be the lighthouse, okay? That's the feeling that I get with that energy. But are you going to go that way or are you going to go that way? It's completely up to you. My battery's about to die again, but I'm not quite finished. Pile number 2, I'm so sorry, but it happened again. So this is really telling that there could be like a real equipment failure kind of feeling here. I even had time to go and get tea. Like, it's just, there was such a gap there, and I'm really like hoping that it doesn't happen again. I'm just trying to get through this last little bit. So look, if it's just trying to get through this last little bit of this person being away from the goal that you're trying to or wanting to or said that you would achieve together, because there is like a plan or there is work involved. There was a seed planted at some point in time, but I think you are getting a lot of clarity around this situation. So if you try again or not, that is completely up to you. But let's get some final advice and then some dice on your situation here. What is the advice here for pile number 2 with this person who is keeping secrets? I'm actually going to take the right action there. I think a big part of your advice here, pile number 2, is to keep filling up your own well, because it's like with all this battery drainage going on, it really could be draining you how distant this person becomes in terms of actual distance, or in terms of you know, just that lack of commitment, just that lack of follow through. Okay, so be careful that it doesn't have a negative effect on your health. Okay, so you've got divine flow. Eventually, one sublime desire takes precedence over all others to follow the Tao and divine flow at all costs. Okay, so this person could very well say to you, I'm going to keep going with the flow, and you're going to have to do the same thing. You know, you're going to have to flow in the direction that you're called and follow your North Star, and this person is going to do the same thing. I really get a sense of that. Right action. Aparesia literally means let everything that wants to go, go, and oh my goodness, and everything that wants to come, come. Right? Okay, that was very much your card. Let everything that wants to go, go, and everything that wants to come, come. Okay? So whether you're going to agree to do that together or apart, completely up to you. I feel like I'm a broken record saying that, but, you know, I just really want you, final advice here for pile number 2, to not just take the lady on the internet reading tarot's advice, to really tap into your own intuition here. Okay, so we've got, it feels like a sense of, it feels like to make this work, you may have to pull a rabbit out of a hat. You may have to have, you may have to utilize all the resources at your disposal to make this work. And with the torch shining upright, it really feels like, look, things can progress if we point our torch in the right direction. If we actually point it to this, I mean, it's directly pointing to the North Node, which is the star, which is healing, which is learning, okay? It's a learning curve as well. How are we going to learn from this experience, okay? There's a sense of a wandering heart here that may actually leave some skeletons in the closet, okay? So whether that is the relationship or whether you decide to, look, I'm going to keep this wandering heart, but the skeleton in the closet is I need to put down the, you know, the backpack for at least a little bit of time to turn this situation around, okay? Or I might have to walk away from this like dead thing, okay, in the nicest possible way. It's just the way, like, it's a dead fish, it's a fish, bones, okay? So there is a sense of like, okay, if I walk away, is that following my true north? Is it? I don't know. There's a present here, so it feels like stay in the present as well, okay? Stay grounded, stay in the moment. And remember that you are the gift, and this experience is also a gift. It could be, it very well could be, that this learning curve here has been a blessing in disguise so that more fireworks can come into your life, so that a twin flame or a potential like better match, okay? And also I'm feeling like something being relit, okay? And look at the 2 candles. One is higher and one is lower. So it just feels like, you know, we are a good match, sparks fly, but we just need to get on that same level together. And is it with this person, or am I walking away to find better? Am I leaving this experience in the past, okay, this particular experience, but not the relationship? Up to you. There's also a sense of feeling a little bit drained, okay? That's very much the 5 of Cups energy there. And make sure you're focusing on yourself if you are feeling drained. Like I said, a sense of health here. 2 of Cups, pour into yourself as much as this person pours into themselves. And that might be your lesson. That might be the blessing in the lesson here. So thank you for your patience with all of the hiccups through that pile number 2. I'm wishing you all the best in this situation. Sending you so much love, and thank you so much as always for being here and exchanging energy with me. I really appreciate that, especially when this can be a very testing situation. So I love you so much. Please let me know how it resonates in the comments below, and I will see you in the next one. Bye. Pile number 3, you chose the pink sunglasses, or the rose-colored sunglasses. And we're talking today about what secrets are they keeping from you. So we're going to get into who, what, why, advice, and dice. So if you missed the intro, I wanted you to come to this reading overall with someone in mind. A specific person that you may be suspicious of their intentions, or just something they've said or done. It might be big, it might be small. So if you just willy-nilly picked something and you haven't got a person in mind, maybe go back and just tap into the energy of that person so that you can use your intuition to choose the best pile for you. And of course, please only take what resonates, because I really don't want this to be anything that sends you kind of spiraling into worry. I want this to be able to give you maybe some answers, okay? Because this isn't set in stone for everyone. It's only going to resonate with a couple of people, because this is still a collective reading, even though you've picked a pile. But hopefully we can tap into broad kind of issues here. And remember that everyone has free will, so that, you know, you can't control what another person is going to do, but you can control how you react to that situation. So kind of treat this as like a heads up. With all that being said and done, I have a bunch of cards already pulled for you. So we're talking about what secrets are they keeping from you? Let's get into the archetype card. We've got the bully. Okay, this highlights your tendency to intimidate others and helps you confront the inner fears that bully you. Highlights your tendency to intimidate others, but can also confront the inner fears that bully yourself. So this is the person that you're thinking of, okay? It doesn't necessarily mean they are a bully. I just think that they may be trying to coerce or force in a... I don't know in how much of it... with how much force... I mean, this wind looks quite forceful, let's be real. The wind, the cloud, it looks quite forceful. So let's get some more info before I go too crazy on that. Sextile and opportunity. Collaborates, assists, explains, provides opportunities, synergizes, creates possibilities for, opens doors, promises, brings insight to, communicates, welcomes, and develops. Okay, so like this person might have discovered an opportunity that they're trying to tell you is, you know, this is the best way forward. This is what we should do. This is what you should do. And there is a sense of like shoulding, okay? You should do this, you should do that. But again, I want to clarify more information, because it could be something that leads to something good, okay? So we've got butterfly, a change for the better. Interesting. That's very transformative. We've got wealth, okay? Literal wealth, okay? We've got flowers and happiness with a little bluebird there. Okay, the bluebird can represent social media these days as well, not just communication. You know, it could be Twitter or something like that. Butterfly, wealth, and flowers. See, it does feel like that this person knows something you don't know about this opportunity, or if you're hesitant about this opportunity, this person's really like, no, you should do this. Like, I think it'd be really good for you. However, I've also been in this situation, and you may have too, pile 3, where someone thinks something is so good, but you're actually just like, I do not want to do that. And it's because you're following your true path. This person should go and do it if they love it that much. It's that kind of energy as well. We've also got the death energy, the star energy, the emperor, the strength, and the ace of cups. Okay. So, I mean, this does feel like something that this person really believes is amazing for you, okay? It's ending one cycle and beginning another. And it's a sense of, oh, okay, I don't want to ruin any surprises, but that would explain, I only just remembered that when I was shuffling these cards, I did them all at the beginning, that I started actually humming like the walking down the aisle song. I don't even know what it's called. But this is kind of, oh, I just got chills. Oh, okay, yeah. So this is the end of one cycle and the beginning of another. This person has something up their sleeve for sure. And it's something to do with love, okay? There's an emotion involved here. But these 3 cards are really saying, wow. We have Aquarius, Aries, and Leo energy here. And there's a lot of there's a lot of hope. Okay, there's a lot of this, it feels good. Okay, it feels good. This person is keeping a secret from you because they want to change for the better, and they might be opening their home to you with this open window. Okay, welcomes in, right? Like, and carries you over the threshold. There is a sense of like, there's something here, but why the bully energy? I'm not sure. It's like, is this person kind of trying to steer you off course here? So that you don't pick up what's going on? I get a sense that they, look, the star is very healing. The star is also like a wish, right? And I think that this person coming through as the Emperor is someone who gets what they're asking for. And that can sometimes come across as a bit of a bully, but I think I'm laughing because I'm like, this person really feels like they want to create change with you, and they're building up the courage to actually ask you to take this new beginning. Literally, it's like, okay, we're going to end the cycle of just being together, and like, I'm going to ask you to be my life partner, or I'm going to ask you to move in with me, or instead of just being friends, I'm going to ask you to be my, you know, girlfriend, boyfriend, significant other. That's literally what I'm getting here. Very interesting energy. I really feel like they're building up the courage to come and talk to you about this. I'm going to get these out. Okay. I want to feel that way again. Okay. So this is like, they're ready for love is what I'm feeling, or this is wanting to feel good again. This is wanting to feel amazing again. This is wanting to feel connected to you again. Okay, I want you. This is literally how the Emperor would say it. I want you. So, you know, you're mine now. Like, it's that kind of energy. Holy dooly. Okay. Smitten. They're very smitten with you, and they're just like, oop, oop. And that's why they've got to stay in their strength energy. That's why they're trying to come across as the Emperor, who is, you know, an entrepreneur that is, you know, a bit of a boss. It's very interesting. And I'm actually getting like coy for them. I'm thinking this bully energy is really this. Nope, no. Denial. Okay, and it's very hard to see that because it's in yellow writing. But literally that's what I feel like is going on. You're trying to get to the bottom of this, and this person is like, no, what are you talking about? No. And they're actually being like really short and cold with you. And it's like, they're trying to use intimidation tactics to get you to like throw you off course so that you don't actually pick up what they're trying to do here. And I think that when you get a proposal like this, you do kind of sense the change coming. So that's actually really cool. This is something that's been developing over time. It's going to explain a lot when it comes out. Okay, that's the feeling that I get from this. I also want to get, what would be the possible outcome of this situation? What would be the possible outcome of this situation when the secret is revealed? Stop! The literal marriage moving in card from tarot. As if it wasn't already so obvious. That is so funny. That is too funny. Okay. Ace of Wands. I have so much passion for you. Will you be my husband, wife? Yeah, significant other. This is the secret. I'm so sorry. I'm exposing that. Wow. Oh, this was worth waiting for. I love this. This is our end reading. All right, I'm actually going to get some advice for you because I actually don't want to give you too much more information. This is going to be a very short reading. I don't want to give you too much information because this person is hoping upon hope that you're going to say yes. This person has a strike of inspiration. That's that Ace of Wands coming through. They have a heap of passion for you. They want to show up as like the boss. They want to show up for you. They want to be there to, you know, sweep you off your feet. They want to be there to be someone that you can rely on. Okay. And they also want to help you heal, very much so, or you're very healing towards each other, and they feel like this changes for the better because we can pool our resources, our wealth. I want to spoil you with romance and love. We both feel this mutual attraction, or at least it feels like it, right? With this 11-11, it feels divine, it feels synchronistic, okay? yeah, and it feels like, again, it's a healing energy and it's union. It's union in some way, shape, or form. This may be a person from your past, okay? But that's only for some of you. But I think they're really like, they're trying to huff and puff so much that they look ridiculous, you know, like the cloud there, it's against their nature, and that's why their cheeks are getting all puffy and red, and you know, they're just trying to they're trying to boss up themselves, but they're also trying to maneuver your opinion around a little bit so that you don't see the open door, so that you don't see the you know, the snowflakes on this sextile opportunity card really do look like very sparkly jewels, right? They could possibly even be mistaken as diamonds. So I think this person sees an opportunity with you, and they're no longer in denial about this, right? If you thought this was never going to happen, and you possibly have waited a long time, there is a sense of like, this is going to explain everything, and something that has developed over time. This person is no longer in denial. Anyway, what is the advice here for pile number 3 in this situation when this secret is revealed? What is the advice here for pile number 3? I'm laughing so much about this top. Oh, this is so bloody cute. I am stoked for you. How? Tarot does not lie, honestly. It just surprises me all the time. Companionship, and you've got the elephants who are just like, you know, I have a long memory of our happy moments, and I want to feel that way again, and I want you, and I want to be in companionship with you. Giving someone your complete presence is an astonishing gift, okay? Yeah, it could be moving in together. It's taking union to the next level for sure. And that's what the Emperor is good at, taking something to the next level, setting something right, okay? Let's get some story dice on here for you. What else is happening in this situation, and what is the final advice for pile number 3? With this secret. Wow, it's a surprise, or it should have been a surprise. Look, it still might be. Look, the computer just said yes, okay? So it still might be. You might actually not believe this. And yeah, it's gonna it's like lightning, okay? It's just strike, and the moment is hot, and they're taking the move. They're making the moves, okay? You've got the little feet walking, and they want to walk side by side with you, is what I'm feeling. They've really felt magnetized towards you. Even all your quirky ways, even all your nerdy ways, they're very geeked out over this companionship with you, this union with you. Very smitten. If that does not say smitten, I don't know what is. They no longer want to be in a state of, we're just going about our business and going about our day. They want to make it special. There's something about making it extra special and taking it kind of like out of this world, okay? They want to celebrate with you. They want to sing and dance with you. They may have some special songs to play you. A lot of dancing here, a lot of travel as well. So they might do it while you're on vacation, holiday. And it's really like high five to us. Like, we did this. I'm so proud of us. And I just get a sense of that romance. They want to take your hand and like sweep you off your feet in a beautiful, beautiful way. I don't have anything else to say to you, but wow, enjoy this. And obviously you don't have to say yes, but I don't want to ruin any more of this person's secrets, because they really want a change for the better. They want happiness with you. They want to create like a legacy with you, with this wealth energy. It's almost giving me like 10 of Pentacles energy, union, happiness, an inheritance that we can give to our children and our families and our community. It's that kind of like grounding. Let's ground this connection and take it to the next level. So yeah, it is cut and dry as that, but it's not dry. It is beautiful and electric and yeah, very, very sweet. So I'm so sorry, but I'm so happy for you. Please let me know how this resonates in the comments below. Take good care of yourselves. Enjoy the moment. And again, you have free will. I'll see you in the next one, guys. Bye.